What is going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Mystery Knife Giveaway live event. As the title suggests, 8 knives are left. We're going to do 2 winners tonight like we usually do. Just turn that volume down just a little bit there. Sorry about that. 2 winners tonight. You'll get to choose 2 pouches, as per usual. It's going to be a good time. Thank you so much for the anniversary wishes. We had a great anniversary, but it was in the middle of the week, so we went out to eat. But we're gonna kind of really celebrate tomorrow. I've been married for 9 years. I plan on staying married. it's pretty great. I enjoy being married. I love my wife. She's awesome, and I mean, gosh, at this point, I just can't imagine my life being any other way. But thanks so much, guys. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for your memberships. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Make sure your notifications are turned on, guys. Make sure your notifications are on. Lots of people flooding in here pretty quick tonight. I appreciate that. Turn your notifications on. Make sure it's set to all. Make sure your phone's set to receive notifications. Starting to see a slight uptick ever since I've started telling people to do this, so I have to assume it's working just a little tiny bit. Holy moly, I got a lot of stuff in this week. Oh my gosh. I recently went on vacation, but I don't usually do this. I don't usually, unless it's a vacation, I don't usually work ahead to create time for myself to take off in the middle of the week, but I did. I recorded extra content, and it worked out because eKnives sent me a bunch of loaners, and I did a bunch of unboxing content, which is a little easier to make for obvious reasons. But I took Friday off. I took today off because Borderlands 4 came out last night. So I was telling chat before the live stream, I played today for about 5.5 hours. It is very difficult for me anymore to sit down and play video games for more than an hour and a half. Very little will capture my attention, and so much of newer games are either disappointing or boring to me. And I know that's just a product of getting older and getting picky, and why can't things be the way that they used to be? But Borderlands 4 so far, I'm on level 10, 11? I don't know. Oh my goodness. It's so much fun. So much fun. Having a blast with Borderlands. Yeah, that's the Northern Knives bailout. That's the original prototype, or one of them. Probably gonna hang on to that one forever. This is a really cool bailout. I really like that thing. Unless Paul intended for me to give it away. I should ask him. I should ask him about that. Because it may have been that he intended for me to give that away. I'll ask him. If he wants me to give it away, I'll give it away. $41 months, 10,000 in less than 500 subs. Be like MC. Really? You're almost at 10,000? Hey, Rob. Dude, don't donate for this, but try to get my attention. I mean that sincerely, because now that you've used that, the only way to highlight your comment is to send a donation. But don't do that later in the live stream. I'm not going to make you pay for it. Just try to get my attention later in the live stream. I bet we can get you to 10K. Let's wait until we've got, like towards the end when there's about 1,000 people in here. The Kunmu knives are sick. I agree. Kunmu knives are awesome. I'm going to switch this for the Rockstead, because the Smock's cool, but it's kind of... The Rockstead's newer. Let's go ahead and I'll say this at the beginning. I think right now, right now I'd like to focus on things that we all agree on. I would like tonight's stream to be the same as it always is. You guys come in here and you like pocket knives, and I like pocket knives, and we probably disagree on a lot of other things, but that doesn't mean that we can't sit here and enjoy something that we all like. I like that this stream and this channel generally focuses on stuff that we can all, you know, at least we can all argue about pocket knives together. So even if we disagree about pocket knives, we can all collectively agree that we like pocket knives. I think that's the atmosphere I'm going to continue with, both on this live stream and on my channel. But I do sincerely hope you guys are all doing okay. Each and every one of you. Now, let's get back to it. Spider, you know, I've considered doing like a mass long-term community poll on what the community, or at least the community that surrounds this channel and many other channels that are like mine, what we all collectively would vote on for the greatest knife company in history. My guess is that Spyderco would end up with the most votes, but I think Kershaw would also be a powerful player. I think Buck might surprise a lot of us. A lot of it's going to come down to who's participating and exactly how long and how much of a legacy the brand has. You know, like I could say right now, I think Vosteed is doing an incredible job, but they're not going to win the vote for greatest of all time, right? It'd be interesting to get the community's perspective on that. You had an ad come up and block the chat? Are you kidding me? I get notifications all the time. YouTube's like, hey, just like they send these masks, like, so we're gonna start advertising like this, and this, and this, and this is changes to the YouTube. They're just finding ways to squeeze in more ads. This is what I do before a stream. I monetize the stream so that after it's over, there'll be an ad like that plays at the beginning. But like, I don't select any options to like put ads intentionally in the middle of my streams. I'm just letting you guys know. Ads pop up over the chat now. That's pretty shitty. Oh, YouTube I was gonna say I don't have any ads. Yeah, if you have YouTube Premium, probably not seeing ads. But that's, you know, I think the strategy is annoy everyone to death until they buy YouTube Premium. What knife is under the word how? You guys are in for a treat. This $350 pocket knife is the mirror polished Quechua Bratva. This is incredible. This is incredible. Holy moly. $350 is a lot for a knife, but this is mirror polished M390. A pretty darn low price for an like this. I mean, this is a true mirror. Quechua Bratva. Gotta watch out for that top flipper or that front flipper, but my goodness, what an awesome knife. Absolutely love it. Full-size beast. I'm sorry about that. That surprised even me. Nick Levantino, your last name is fun to say. I hope I didn't mispronounce it. Thanks for your donation. I have been a Patreon member for a week today, and that's an awesome group. Super fun to be a part of, and all the back and forth discussions. I'm really happy that you enjoy it there. I really, like, my Patreon community, like, shout out to my Patreon community. You guys are amazing. You guys all get along. Like, everybody gets along. Nobody ever has any issues or any, like, people are just cool. You guys are patient. You guys are nice to each other. It's amazing. I love it. The Discord community as well. The Simoon, the Artisan Cutlery Simoon. Oh, yeah. The thing with the tab on it. Hey, MC, you got a CJRB Bully Pyrite and a Lothar Lich King. Both knives have edges that couldn't cut skin if I tried. Should I send them back? Do you have a strop? I mean, sometimes, like, I've gotten knives that are dull and I just drop them and they're fine. But if you're not comfortable with that, then send them back and say, what's going on here? You know, I mean, a knife should come sharp. A knife should come with the ability to slice paper. 6 months, that's, I know, it feels like it should be longer, right? Bottom left corner under the stitch is a custom South African handmade custom. The Francois du Toit TF4 in mirror polished Damacore with a zero etch. Quite the beauty. Quite the beauty. Quite the booty. Yes, those are zirconium scales. Yes, I did cut myself. It's nowhere near as bad as it looks. It just wouldn't stop gushing. It was, where is it? I've lost it now. Where'd it go? What the heck? I just had it. Oh, there it is. The crossbar Chavez got me. Just user error. Is that a Mandalorian knife? Yeah, Oh, wait. Do I not have that out here? Well, I do have a Mandalorian knife. I guess I forgot to get it out. The Winter Blade Co. Darkfire. Yep. I'm really milking this because I think I'm the only one on YouTube who's got it. I've made lots of videos while I can because once, you know, eventually other content creators are probably going to get prototypes and eventually everybody's going to have this. So I've really been milking this thing and I plan to continue to do it. What's my EDC knife? It changes constantly. The Demco Shark Cub, the Spyderco Sage 6, the Flytanium Arcade are all like, you know, really, those are dominating my pocket. I really like the Tyrant Razor Ultimate. This thing is awesome. Been enjoying that one, carrying that one. I also really like the Buck Range. Like, the Buck Range is a really good knife. I've really enjoyed it. That one also nicked me a little bit. Hey there, Lucifer. How are you? Whoops. Titanium Justin, did I miss your super chat? Titanium Justin, did you ever review Jack Wolf's locking folder? No, I did not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't review that. I'm also sorry I missed your super chat initially. I also missed this one from Sean Weiss. The Concept Bally knife, any good? It's pretty scary. I think that it's appropriately named the Hazard. So you pull this out, and then this comes out, and you... Wow! Woo! I don't know how to do all that stuff. I need everybody to know this, and you'll see it in the unboxing. This lock is not enough. If you spine whack this, it will disengage. But the idea, I think, is not maximum strength. It's also, while you're using this knife, you're generally going to be applying pressure to that in most cases, especially if you're using it hard. But this detent is not enough. If you don't want to EDC a knife where spine taps will disengage it, well, this will disengage. But I don't think that's a design flaw. I think the whole idea was just to make a cool, like, fidgety locking mechanism, you know? So I know that question is going to come up, and I did demonstrate that in the video, but I also don't want to be like, this lock sucks because it disengaged. Like, I don't think that was the whole goal. Keep that knife away from the customs? Yeah. It is a bailout. That's a Northern Knives and Paul Munko collaboration. I think those are all gone. B Swirls, thanks for your donation. I appreciate that. The puzzle knife? Yeah. Super cool. I'm thinking about that one. The big 750K live stream is coming soon. I am waiting on two things. Two things. And we're good to go. How do I feel about the Benchmade Infidel? I think of all of the, like, if we're going to put it, the class that it's in, here's the competition. The full-size Heretic OTFs, the full-size Axial Shift, Guardian Tactical, of course, Microtech, Combat Troodon, I think is the closest. These are the big-time U.S. players, right? EMP, EDC, the U.S. version of the Pulse. Hogue has a few. I would rank the Infidel lowest in terms of overall quality, price for the materials, price for the, you know, the feeling of everything, the actuation. I think it has the floppiest deployment. But I would be lying if I said that that people, the community, the folks who actually carry and use that knife found it to be unreliable. It might not be the quickest deploying. It might not have the least amount of blade play, and let me tell you, it has the most blade play, regardless of what anybody says. And it might be the most expensive, but it apparently does hold up. I just really don't like it. I also don't like that at the base of the fuller, there appears to be a ball sack. It's really weird. I don't know why that's there. It's every time I look at that knife, I go, that's the knife with the ball sack on it. It is outclassed by everything in its general competition zone. I have a 15V Shaman, but I can't sit here and tell you I've used it enough to know. B Swirls, thanks for your donation again there, bud. You love your Rasteed Vacoon is what I was going to say. Vosteed Raccoon. V Anchor. So much I bought a second one. That's cool, man. Awesome. I'm here, man. Love the channel. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I want my video to work. I want your video to work too, buddy. I wish I could help. I have not tried three-legged dog knives. No, I have not. But I've got lots of different... I'm trying to get some newer folks sending knives. You know, Artisan Cutlery sends me a lot of stuff. Migron sends me a lot of stuff. We see a lot of the same, and there's been stuff that our Artisan has sent that I've turned down. Like, they don't tell me, and usually I don't tell them they have to, but sometimes they send stuff and I go, nope, this is boring. You know, sometimes they send stuff that's boring, but it's really, really cheap, and I still want people to have good, new, cheap options. But, you know, sometimes the companies that pump out a new knife every 2 weeks, I'm like, man, why don't you keep that one? Or they send it and I go, okay, that's straight to the giveaway pile, you know? My new Excalibur prototypes are officially coming. They're officially coming to me. They have to get all the way here. It takes a long time. They're coming. I don't have them yet, but when I get them, I'll show them to you. That includes the one that I've told you about and the one that I hinted at that is a secret. You'll take the ones that I don't want. I venture to guess everybody in here would, which is why we do the live stream giveaways. A lot of the stuff I give away isn't necessarily knives that I don't want. It's just stuff that's overflowing and I just don't have room for. I'm already a hoarder when it comes to knives. I have 400 knives, so I give away the majority of the stuff that I get for free. CJ Heimberger, thanks for thanks for joining Knights of the Round, Knights Razor Swords for CJ. When am I doing a video on the Concept Hazard? That's in queue as an unboxing. Probably here in the next week or so. A cool harpoon blade? Yeah, the new Kunwu. What is it called? The newest Kunwu has an awesome harpoon blade. God damn, I've got it right here. Hold on. Hold on. Where'd you go, you dick? What? Hold on. What? I don't understand where it could have gotten to. I've got it in here somewhere. Well, if you go to the Kunwu... Oh, here it is. Look at this bad boy. Oh, I can't reverse flick tonight because of the Band-Aid. Woo, baby! Woo, boy, that's a good one. What's the name of this? The Jericho. That's Vanax. That's DLC Vanax. Contoured, textured titanium with the Timascus inlay. Ooh, boy, that's a nice one with a harpoon notch, I'll tell you what. Ugh. I'm going to switch that one out for right here. Put this guy right here. Yeah, the Jericho is awesome. An updated knife steel video? I don't know. Every time I do one of those, people just go nuts. I always try to say at the beginning, like, this isn't scientific. I'm not an expert. I'm just going on kind of what I've experienced, and it's okay if you disagree with me. And people are like, no! No, I will review this as if you're stating absolute fact, and I will criticize you for it. Reddit! Reddit, look what he did this time! Every time I do one of those videos. Reddit! I don't know. Maybe I will. I kind of think it's funny. Bring back Super Steel Steve? I don't think he ever left. I talked with Steve, I think, like, maybe like a month ago. I think he's doing fine. I think he worked everything out with Witty and everything's fine. Seems like he's making knives. How's Borderlands? It's awesome. I have only one complaint, and it's a stupid complaint. I'm a cave person, so I chose the character who's most like a cave person, Amon, who looks awesome, by the way. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Like, ever since Brick, from Borderlands 1, I was like, can we just get, like, the big, stupid, like, bodybuilder guy? Like, can we just have that character again? We get him on. He's awesome. He can throw the freaking fire axes, and he punches people into bones and gore, and it's awesome. But his voice is so heroic. It's like they took Thor and, like, old school Superman and mixed it together, and it's just too much. Like, hold tight, citizen, don't worry. I'm on. Oh. I'm like, okay, like, tone it down. Like, why couldn't they really should have gone more of the Kratos route with his personality. It's not bad. It's just sometimes I'm just like, I don't know that this character matches how the dude looks. He looks so gruff. He looks awesome. Like, they did such a good job with the art. In fact, all the characters look cool. And all their individual abilities are really cool, but, like, his voice is so... Fear not, citizen, I'm on. Away! Like, it's just it's too much. I've had one beer. I wish I could say, no, I'm this annoying all the time. In fact, I've had 2/3 of one beer. Have you watched my reviews? This is how I am all the time. It's definitely better than 3. The entire game and the humor so far, I'm only level 10. The entire game is 1,000% less obnoxious than 3. 3 was... The bad guy's cool. The bad guy in this game is cool, and he's serious, and he's not just, like... And I get, in 3, like, the bad guys were supposed to be so cringe that you wanted to shoot them in the face with a shotgun, like, literally. That was the idea, I think, but, like, it just was overboard. I think the humor's better. I mean, we'll see. But so far, I really love the game. The mobility and the grappling and, like, jumping around. The fact that you can just fly over huge areas with your little space surfboard, whatever it is that he's, the glider or whatever. Like, I love that. I think it's cool. The exploration, the verticality of the game, it's really cool. There's a lot of walls. There's a lot of invisible walls. It's kind of irritating, but the game is massively open. It's really cool. And I think the loot makes a lot of sense now. I don't like it when I'm getting like, oh, you tripped over a rock. Here's 10 legendaries. It's like, well, I don't want 10 legendaries for tripping over a rock. Like, make them rare, you know? The guns are all weird and they're all different, and they've got, you know, the ability for them to become weirder and do strange things. Like, none of the guns I have make any sense. Like, it's very rare to pick up a gun that actually acts like a gun. Sometimes they shoot like bubble, like splatter things, and there's pokies and stuff that I'm like, okay, well, if it makes the bad guy dead, then that's fine. Good game for your laptop? Yeah, I don't like to play with a mouse and keyboard. I would get a controller, but yes. I heard that the PC version was having a lot of bugs and stuff, and so I downloaded on PS5, and I've had 0 issues on PS5. 0. I had one cutscene stutter, and that was it. The orange glass guns are cool, and you know what? They have pearlescence in this game. Did you know that? They gave us the pearlescence, as far as I know. There's, at the end game, there's a chance for pearlescence, the step above legendary. You can get those things to drop. And they should be godly rare. That's what they should be. Like they were in Borderlands 1. Thoughts on Terravantium? I have a Mako on the way. So Terravantium's weird. So the first that I ever heard about Terravantium was Nick Shabazz saying the one that he got, which I think is the same one that I got. It was on the God dang it. It's the Prometheus design work. It's the Invictus. The Terravantium Invictus. It feels dull. It actually feels dull to the touch, but it's sharp. And it also doesn't seem to not be sharp ever. It always feels dull, and then you go to cut things, and it cuts things. I don't know what's happening. It's very confusing. I'm sure that has more to do with edge geometry than the material, but it's really weird. It can't rust, which is awesome, so I think it's fine. I think it might be brittle. I'm not really sure. It's either extremely brittle or it's extremely tough. Chances are somebody in here knows way more about it than me. Do you have real-life buddies you chat knives with? Yes, I do. In fact, I have 6 regulars who periodically like to come over, and I have a bar in my basement. I get my Pelican cases out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I open them up, and we get some beers, and I just let them go through and pull things out and look at them and ask questions, and we talk about stuff, and I usually send them home with a free knife, and I think that's part of the reason why they come over. But they like to just come over and talk about knives. And they're not nearly as into it as I am. They just kind of like to kick back and have beers and look at weird and wacky stuff. They know I've always got wacky stuff here. Yeah, we like to hang out in a couple hours. I don't play a lot of video games either. Ever since... Overall, I enjoyed Diablo 4, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And I don't know that it ever will be. And I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin for me for video games for a while. After I got what I felt like I could get out of Diablo 4, I was like, I think I'm done for a bit. I'm just not really willing to invest. But Borderlands, I was like, this better do it. This better be fun. This is the first time in over a year that I've sat down and played video games for over 5 hours. Borderlands 4 so far is very fun. The seasons got boring. They did. And I don't know. Maybe Blizzard will pull it out and they'll do something really cool. But everybody tells me Path of Exile 2 is amazing. And I actually really enjoyed that one. Maybe I should give it a chance. But I don't have time. I've got time for one game at a time. And I can't dedicate to it. I can't do dailies. I can't like meet up with people online and do raids and stuff. Borderlands 4 is my speed. I can play it for an hour. I can play it for 5 hours. I can take 2 weeks off and come back to it, and everything's fine. I don't feel obligated to like be a part of some big community. I can just play it, and I, probably will be able to beat the whole game solo. Those are the games I like. Elden Ring is a game that I love as well for that exact reason. Yeah. I just can't do the... World of Warcraft and Destiny 2 were the last games that actually, Destiny 1 was... I love Destiny 1. Destiny 2 had its ups and it had a lot of downs. I cannot dedicate 2, 3, 4 hours to raiding for very little, and I just can't do it. I can't do those games anymore. And it's not fun either. I'll tell you what I think of Borderlands completely after I beat it, but so far to level 10, I just love to explore. I'm like, what's that over there? You just wander off. I love that. It's not like Skyrim open, but it's got a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff in it. There's always something happening. I feel like I can go anywhere and find something. I think the last game I played was Toe Jam and Earl. I played that game at my cousin's house when I was a kid, and I was like, what is this? This is weird, and it's hard, and it's cryptic. I don't know where to go. I got killed by a goopy. And I ran out of ammo, and I'm just running around whipping my head at stuff. Like, that was Earthworm Jim to me. Oh, wait, did you say Toe Jam and Earl? That's a different game. Is Toe Jam and Earl's a different game than Earthworm Jim? What am I talking about? Well, this is from Mario 2, but, you know, everybody knows this right now. Mario 2 is not actually Mario 2. Mario 2 is what Japan came up with when the, whatever his name was, the guy that was responsible for reviewing games before they went to the American public, when Japan released the actual Mario 2, which was literally the same thing as Mario 1, but substantially harder, the guy was like, I hate this. If you release this in America, everyone will hate it and they will hate you. Don't release this. So they used Doki Doki something or other, and then they just repurposed the sprites, like they changed them to Mario sprites. And then I think they kept essentially everything else the same, including the music. So it's Mario 2, but not really. Play Tunic? Okay. I did not platinum Elden Ring. I am not that good. I had to use the Mimic tier all the time because I'm a filthy casual. I had to use the Mimic tier for Bale. Alright? And I just sprinted in the room basically screaming, dodge rolling, screaming, trying desperately to get my Mimic tier off. Then I just barely get it, and Bale lands on me with the force of 1,000 Bowser asses ground pound. And then I take half a life bar damage and scream and run away, and my Mimic tier just gets the absolute piss beat out of him while I try to, you know, get my spells and everything set up. It sucked. They're all tools of the game, I agree. No, every gimmick, everything that I could use at my disposal to win that game, I did. I didn't have like some sort of code of honor when I played that game. I was like, no, I honestly, if I could find a tree and just throw poison knives for an hour and kill the boss that way, I would do it. It's all numbers. You just push a button and make a number, and the big number go up, and the boss, his number go down, and you win. And no matter how you did it, that's the same outcome. You want a full dress Excalibur? I would like a full dress Excalibur. In fact, I think a lot of people want the full dress Excalibur, and I can tell you that for certain will happen. We will do that. We absolutely plan on doing a mirror DLC, super giga mega thunderbutt Excalibur, turbo mega surprise. Like, we'll do it. What's a pretty knife center left? Well, this is the Bratva, which is pretty. You're probably referring to the Borka. One of my most expensive knives. Full custom, sole authorship, everything. The dude makes his own materials and then forges it. This is also an integral. This is called an unnamed. Daltanium. Sole authorship, commercially pure titanium Damascus with zirconium. $1 million. That was 6,500. 6,500 is what I paid for that. A custom stitch. A lot of people ask me if I regret buying this because this was a... So this is a $6,500 knife that's absolutely worth $6,500. This is a $6,300 knife that isn't worth anywhere near that, but I don't regret it for a second. I love my stitch. Realistically, this is probably a $2,500 knife or maybe $3,000 at most. It's hand ground and all that, and there's a lot of work in it. And you do have to pay both Marfione and Borka. You know, it's all DLC. It's super cool. It's got tritium in it. I'd say probably $2,500, but they charge $6,300 for it because they can, because people like me will buy them. But I don't regret it. I really like the idea of a Wharncliffe Excalibur. I really do. I also like the idea of a harpoon Excalibur, like a short, stubby harpoon like the Umnum's on. I really like the idea of doing that. You didn't get a notification? I think most people don't. I think the vast majority of people who make it in here just know what time I do this. I don't think YouTube sends very many notifications for my live streams. They just don't do it. You're paying for the hands that touched it? Yeah. And I don't even think their hands touched it, man. You're paying for the name and the listing. Black and red liner knife is the Rockstead Higo 2 with, well, they say it's red titanium. You can't actually anodize titanium red. It's a titanium liner, but it's got a layer of aluminum oxide over the top that has been anodized red. That's how they get that ruby red color. That's perfectly fine if you want to live vicariously through me. I have no problem buying this stuff and showing it to you guys and then telling you that it's an irresponsible purchase. I would prefer that people just, you know, in a lot of the... Unless you absolutely have the means to do it. If you don't, then don't do it. Like, you can ask me whenever you want and I'll show it to you. It's cool. I mean, like, you know, most of the time it's going to sit. Even if you buy it, it's just going to sit, you know? So I'd say buy the stuff that makes you happy, that's within your budget. Like, you know, make those choices so that you don't regret, you know, buying it. It doesn't cause you suffering and pain in a budgetary sense. I like the idea of, like, you know, sharing in the enthusiast aspect. But I also believe in, like, being rational and, like, you know, a lot of this channel is do as I say, not as I do. You know, but like if you can fit it into your budget and it'll bring you joy, then sure. But if you can't, then there's no reason. There's no reason to do it. Like, that's the reason why I don't collect $20,000 art knives. I can't afford those. I can't do it, and they won't bring me joy, so I don't do it. But I admire them from afar, and I think I like to watch some of those channels that showcase them. I think they're neat, and I think the people who buy them probably really enjoy them. But, you know, I don't look down on those people. I don't go, oh, what a waste of money. If it were me, I would never make such a nonsensical purchase. No, I would never do that. He's got more money than brains. That's what happens when you got more money. Like, why? Like, there's nothing in that statement. Don't focus on what makes you irritable. There's a guy in town that has it's a blacked out Z06 or a Super whatever. It's like the ultimate Corvette. I think it's close to $200,000 Corvette. And every time I see it, I think, God dang, that's a cool car. I wish I could have that car. But it doesn't make me mad that he has it. I think, well, good for him. He must have made a lot of good choices to get to that point. You know, it's really neat. And I can admire that it's there, and I get to see it, and I get to look at it, and then my life goes on. ZR1. There you go. It's got the carbon fiber wheels and everything. He's really nice. He goes to my gym. He's a super nice guy. How do you enter for the giveaway? I can't figure it out. Sorry for being stupid. It's okay. It's this right here, right in the middle. It says how to enter. There's a link in the description. If you open up the description, the very top link, the very first link, in all caps says enter here, live participation required. You just click on that link, and it'll take you to an unlisted video where you can leave your comment. The video is just me going over the rules, but that way we keep all the comments in one place. Or he made one really bad choice. It's possible, but I think the majority of the time when you see stuff like that, people don't usually get to the point where they're buying a $200,000 car unless they have the funds to do it. That's the type of purchase that you make when everything else has gone very, very, very well. I think it's a minority situation, at least around here. It's a minority situation that somebody does that when that's all the money that they have. I really want to hinder. Are they overhyped? It depends on who you ask. If you're going to ask me, I would say no. But you are buying that. The money that you're paying is going towards the fact that those are in-house USA-made knives at small batch. Hinder knives is nowhere near the same size as Kershaw, Spyderco, Benchmade, right? They're doing that in-house. They're using, titanium. It's a true American company. And they have very much honed their craft. Like, that's a really, really polished knife. It's also an iconic American high-end production, or some people call it a mid-tech. So if you're into all of that, if all of that is something that you feel like is worth investing in, then I would say yes. And it's also a very, very fine product. In terms of cutting performance, though, typically they're not very good, and I'm actually glad for the opportunity to talk about this. This is Hinder's most capable product right here. The most capable knife that I think they've ever made. It's the Eclipse, but very specifically, it's a skinny Eclipse. So it's only 140 thousandths, but wait, it's their slicer grind. But wait, it's hollow ground. This is the most performance-oriented blade that they have ever made, and because it is in the Eclipse profile, it's more ergonomic and has a better flipper tab than the XM18. This is probably their most. This is their ultimate craft, But the other knives are really great. They're all good. I mean, if you want to focus on cutting performance, though, this is the one that's going to do it. And it really, factory cutting edge on this thing is really wild. I mean, it is absolutely a slicer. You're going to eat pepperoni with some pizza on it? Okay. Don't. Just make sure you have napkins, I guess. Are you sending them out to get reground? A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. You need story time. Let me think here. What has happened recently that's a funny story? Or from my past. I have a lot of funny stories from my past. Hold on. I got a lot of good ones. Let me choose which one. Oh no! Glitch! Oh man, that was weird. Let's see. What is an appropriate story that I can tell? So, I can tell this story now. It's not really that funny or that unique of a story. I think it's pretty typical. We had a class in high school called General Business, and the teacher of that class was not completely present. I'm going to do my impression, and actually, I'm going to be very clear about this. I actually really liked the teacher. He was an assistant wrestling coach. He was an assistant football coach. and he had been coaching for a long time. But he was an older fellow. He was a larger fellow. He was he was just a big guy. Hey, talking a little bit like this. Gentlemen, sit down and get busy. General business. And he'd write on the board. I'm not going to say his name. My name is Mr. Or I'm going to call him Mr. D. Mr. D. And he'd write his name and his handwriting would be all bad. His glasses, I was like, man, like your eyes are closed. Like, why are you wearing glasses? His eyes were never open, even when he was walking around. He always wore penny loafers with socks. General business. I sat in the back of the class next to a filing cabinet. I'm not convinced that Mr. D even knew that there was a third or fourth row in his class. He never took attendance. And one day while I was coming, dozing in and out, I was kind of coming in and out of consciousness. I decided to open the bottom drawer of the filing cabinet next to me while Mr. D was rambling on about apparently general business. General business, B-I-D-N-E-S-S. And in that filing cabinet was literally a folder that contained every worksheet for the whole year. It was the previous year, and I was like, we've done some of these. And I was like, oh my God, this is every worksheet, and it's every test, and it's all the answers are filled in. And I thought, what kind of person am I? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna take these. And I did, and I cheated, and I got an A, and I never did anything in that class, and I never paid attention. And I also shared the answers with my friends. And then we put it back at the end of the semester, and that was it. It was right there. It was right beside me in the filing cabinet. Found it about 20% through the semester. I'm sorry, Mr. D. I'm sorry, I cheated. I was a junior in high school. I cheated in your class. I'm sorry. You're a really nice guy, and you were a nice person. I don't think you knew what was going on in that classroom, but that's one of my tamer. I'd say I'm trying to think of the tamer stories. I got in a lot of trouble in the town one time. So I used to drive a 1994 Chevy Silverado. It was a 3/4 ton, but it was a regular cab. It was a regular cab, regular bed, and it might have had some kind of suspension. I paid $5,500 for that truck. It was black, had aftermarket wheels, and it had dual exhaust, and it was super loud. It was a very typical high school truck. And I was as obnoxious as you could imagine with that thing. I was constantly blasting. Everywhere I went, I was driving too fast. I was making as much noise as possible. For some reason, this is actually really bad. This is not funny. The stealing the answers and cheating in that class, I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's not that. Nobody really got hurt. It didn't cost anybody any money, technically. But this next thing that I did actually was really bad. It had rained a lot in my hometown, and my buddy was like, hey, there's some awesome spots up, just what would it would have been northeast of town. He was like, it's like flat, but there's water, and you can drive your truck super fast and splash through the water and turn donuts. And I went out there and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And we were driving my buddy had a Ford Ranger and I had my truck, and we were just blasting through this shallow water that had flooded this flat plain and just tearing it. There was mud and grass flying everywhere. We were just going nuts. And after 30 minutes, I pulled up to my buddy and I was like, we're on the driving range for the golf course. I was like, this is the driving range, dude. Look how close we are. And he was like, oh no. We absolutely annihilated. Did so much damage to the annihilated every part of it, to the point where when it dried up, and I knew, I was like, I'm screwed. And I went home and I told my dad, and I was like, Dad, I destroyed the driving range. And he was like, what? And I was like, I didn't realize because like where we were, I couldn't tell. Everything was flooded. And I was like halfway through and he was like, oh my God. He was like, why? How could you not how did you not know? Did you not look up and see? And I was like, well, we did. We were having so much fun. And he was like, oh my God. So I had to apologize to a lot of people. But I have worse stories, but that was something that I did that was really dumb in high school. Yeah. Oh, if you're from where I'm from, then yeah, that was me. Me and Dusty. Whoops. Yeah, I felt bad about that because I really like golf. I don't want to take away from anybody's good time, so I would not have done that had I known. But it was we did have fun. It's we're kind of lucky we didn't roll our trucks. I did not have four-wheel drive in that truck. It's just a loud rear-wheel drive 3/4 ton. It's all, and we just, just throwing the back end out as much as we could. I did destroy my parents' basement, but everybody's heard that story. That house, my mom sold that house. She doesn't live there anymore, so that house is now somebody else lives there, and the basement's redone, and they will never know. They also won't know that on the inside, in the storage room of that house, when we had to replace some sheetrock, and my brother and I drew a donkey that had a trumpet for an ass, and it was like shit. It was so dumb. It was like a donkey. It was like a cartoon donkey with a trumpet ass, like playing music, but like poop was flying out of it. That is drawn on the inside of one of the pieces of sheetrock in between the studs, like in the wall. So if anybody ever has to replace the sheetrock in that house, in that specific room right by the water heater, they'll find that art. And then also the basement is, there was a terrible disaster in that basement that they'll never know about either. We had a term that we used called donkey trumpet, and I can't remember what we used that for, but it was one of those words that we made up to describe some event or circumstance, and then we decided to draw it one day while we were supposed to be working, and we drew that, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, it doesn't matter. Well, my brother was like, we'll just put sheetrock over it. It's still there. I never did anything, yeah, don't spam. That's weird. Don't spam. This isn't TikTok, dude. I never did anything evil. I never did anything horrifically destructive on purpose, but I definitely did get into a little bit of trouble. I did not drink in high school. In fact, many of you know this. I didn't have my first beer until I was 21. I just didn't have any interest. I think looking back, I think that I thought that I was better than... I think that it made me feel like I was better than people. I don't think it was for any commendable reason. I think that I was like, ugh, alcohol, you heathens! I think that's how I was. But I didn't drink. Not well into college either. So, FTT bottom left corner, I love that knife. Yeah, the Francois Dutoit, very cool knife. Ooh, got my fingernail there. You got your questions ready for me? I'd love to do that. I got to find some time. It's real tricky. Extra time is tricky. I took a rare day off to play Borderlands today. If that gives you an indication, I haven't done that for over a year. Work as a kid to buy games and toys. Yeah, what did I buy? So I bought, when I had money, I bought video games. Very rarely would I buy You know, like a bike or like parts for my truck. You know, like I saved up to buy my exhaust. But like just like teenager stuff. I bought a compound bow one time, and I fired it like kind of up in the air into a field, and like promptly had that removed. um, I don't know. I bought like slingshots, and I bought like crappy knives. There was like a flea market that sold like ninja weapons, and I would go and like spend money on that. Just like normal, I think like normal teenage boy stuff. When I finally did get to the point where I was casually drinking beer, it just never got more. I still to this day don't like liquor very much. I like cheap, light beer. I've kind of gravitated towards Michelob Ultra, Busch Light, Bud Light, Coors Light, and I drink that, you know, casually sometimes on the week, like during live streams, or like when I golf or when I'm socializing with friends. But that's pretty much it. Didn't really get far past that. Glock 232, thanks for your donation. One of my first beers was a Smirnoff Ice. So that's a funny story. Or kind of a funny story. It's kind of a lame story. So I made friends. I got lucky. In college, I made friends with two enormous football players. Absolutely enormous, hulking, like veins like pulsing out of biceps, knuckle dragging. 6'4", 250, 6'7", 270. These were big dudes. Big dudes, but they were dorks, and they loved to play video games, and we had the same sense of humor. But I always felt safe wherever I went. Their names were Blake and Malik, and they were super nice guys, super funny. Still to this day, two of the best buds I've ever had. And they said, hey, do you want to go to a party tonight that's meant for football players only? Said there'll be cheerleaders there. Normally it's football players only, but it's cool if like they bring friends. You want to go? And I was like, yeah. And I didn't really drink. They're like, it's BYOB, you gotta bring your own drinks. So I brought what I could stomach at the time, which was Smirnoff Ice. And I showed up, and they're like, what is that? They're like, is that what you're drinking? They're like, are you trying to be funny, or is that what you're drinking? And I was like, no, it's good. It tastes good. It tastes like Sprite. Like, they're like, you cannot walk in there. We're not walking in with you if you walk in there with Smirnoff Ice. They made me leave in the car, and they said, you can just drink. Just don't drink. What's my day job? Glock 232. This is my job. I've been full-time on YouTube for 5 years. Yeah, they were like seriously like they might try to fight you, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like if you become the target in that house, like we can't protect you in there. I was an in-shape guy, but I wasn't the size of a college foot. These guys outweighed me by 30 pounds minimum. Some of them outweighed me by 100 pounds, so I wasn't about to, do myself in that way. Dude, what's going on? Do we have like brand new people in here? Hey, if you're new, like I'll give you one like casual friendly warning. Please don't spam. It's really annoying and everybody hates it. Okay? Like everybody's got questions, everybody's just hanging out. All right. So you're in timeout for 5 minutes. Just shut your yap there for a little bit there, guy. Okay? Find a carpet square and sit down. Get a pack of gummy bears and just sit there, put your thumb in your butt, and just be quiet for a little bit, because we don't want to see that. Current thoughts on the concept hazard. It is an appropriately named knife. It's a little bit. It's a little bit dangerous. You see the new Demco Budget Nano Shark and Nano Utility Knife? I did. I should reach out to Demco about that. Oh, you know what? They reached out to me about that. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to get one. Wonder if the OG scales would fit or if it's different somehow. I don't know. I'll take a look at it. The hazard is big and the clip sucks. Does the clip suck? Yeah, the clip kind of reminds me of the original clip on Excalibur, which does suck, by the way. Here's the original clip on Excalibur. And yeah, it does kind of suck. New clip on Excalibur, if you don't know. Our new clips are great. Thank you, Sergio. To the gentleman who I timed out, you're in timeout for 5 minutes. When you come back, just think about what you did, reflect on it, learn from it, and then leave one comment at a time. So how crazy was week 1 in the NFL? Oh my goodness. The Vikings game and I think it was the Ravens game. Oh my God. Those were insane. Chiefs not looking super great. I think the Chargers looked excellent. I think we played a pretty crappy game, and I think we deserved that loss. I hope we've got more in the bag because we looked a little soggy. If we play like that all season, we're not going to come anywhere near where we did last year. But your Bears played a good game there. That was a crazy game, though. Crazy. So many crazy games. I don't watch as much college football, but I do like... I'll watch football. It doesn't matter who's playing. I'll watch it if it's on. I think Josh Allen is probably the most capable quarterback. I think that he is the scariest quarterback. He's the most capable. He's the most dynamic. And he'll stomp you down. He'll stomp you down in front of your family and score a touchdown. And he'll wedge the ball between your face mask and your helmet and then celebrate on your corpse. I think Josh Allen will absolutely do that. He's terrifying. But you know what? I think Josh Allen is I like him a lot. And if, I'm going to cheer for my Chiefs when we're playing them. But if they win, then they obviously deserve it. You like the old Excalibur clip? That's cool. I don't think you're one of many, but I appreciate that. Because I designed that clip. Poorly. I didn't do a good job of it. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. I'm not super excited about the Eagles. But, it won't surprise me at all if we start 0-2. Didn't we win one of our Super Bowls starting 0-2? The first of the recent Super Bowl wins, didn't we win the first one starting 0-2? Or was it the second one? Somebody help me out with the history there. I'm not up on that. One of them we did. So, it's a lot of things can happen. Mahomes has got a wacky, goofy, crazy throw, and sometimes things work out. Sometimes Travis Kelce does things you don't expect him to do, even though he's becoming more lumpy and rigid as the years go on. But sometimes they do, They're kind of weird. When you play Smash Bros. And you're used to playing against people who kind of know the movements and you can expect, and then you have like somebody who doesn't know and they go, and you don't know how to deal with that. Like when I play with my cousins, they're just like, one of them will pick Meta Knight and he comes in all wacky and I'm like, ugh, you're not playing like I don't know what you're going to do. Sometimes that's what happens when you throw the ball. When Mahomes throws the ball to Kelce, nobody really knows what. They're not playing like ultra-honed professional athletes. They're just kind of goofy. What 8 knives are in the giveaway? Well, they're mysteries. It's I've got 8 identical pouches, and within those pouches is a mixture of budget knives and premium knives. Somebody last week drew 2 premium knives with a total value of like $500. So that's absolutely something that can happen. But both winners tonight could win all budget knives. Either way, you're going to win knives, and they're going to be cool, and you're going to enjoy them. But it's random. Why do we have... Okay, so we have another problem person in here. Okay, Holsworth Academy. It's really simple, dude. There's a big square that's different than anything else on screen. Everything on screen is a knife, and one of the objects is a big square, and on that square is text. And if you read it, if you read these English words, they say how to enter, link in the description. And then if you go to the description, there's a link that says enter here in all caps. And if you click on that, you can leave a comment under that video. And once you've done that, later on in the live stream, I will draw a random comment from that pool. And whatever names I draw will win knives. That's how it works. It won't let you? Type 1 if the link works. Okay, so as you can see there by the tidal wave of ones, it does work. That's all you have to do. Not for you. Try unplugging it and plugging it back in. I don't know what to tell you. But please don't spam. It's okay if you don't know. I just don't like the spamming. Do I need to put neon lights on it? Like, what do I got to do? The Penguin Gamer YouTube sent 5 memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind. Have you ever wondered, what does a guy like Metal Complex need Patreon for? What could that guy possibly do on Patreon? Glad you asked. Thank you, collective 902 people, for asking that question at the same time. Joining my Patreon, which by the way is linked to the top of chat, will instantly gain you access to a whole bunch of stuff. You can join for as little as $1 a month. Let me read this less like an ad. I like to think my Patreon's pretty cool. We have a lot of stuff there, including once a week Patreon exclusive content, monthly giveaways. I just gave away an incredible amount of stuff, tiered giveaways. So you can enter for up to 3 giveaways depending on the tier that you join. The knife that I gave away this month in the $5 tier was worth about $500. But you can gain access to up to 3 monthly giveaways. You also gain access to private knife sales, which are brand new knives that are massively discounted. Some stuff is incredibly rare, and sometimes it's out of my own personal collection. It's the only place that I sell my own personal knives. You also gain access to private Patreon buy, sell, trade, and chat. You also gain access to my private Discord, which is a really awesome community. Over 2,000 people there. Really, really fun. And any updates and behind-the-scenes stuff, that's where I update people first, is on Patreon. So if you'd like to support this channel, what do I do with the money? I buy knives for content. Stuff that I can't normally get, stuff that people don't normally get to see, that's what I use the money for. So if you'd like to support this channel, at the same time gain access to an awesome community, and not spend too much money, you can click on the link at the top of chat and join my Discord. Join my Patreon and Discord. Rob's Nerdy Knives, there he is, and you donated. I told you not to do that, but I will, because you did. I mean, like, I'm definitely, I'll make sure that I post it there. I'm 497 subs away from 10K. That's a lot. There's 913 people in here, but a lot of these people are probably subscribed to you, so we'll get you as many as you can. My full custom Trevor burger is amazing. Did you pre-order the CKF Puma and Black Crystal tie? No, but I'll have to take a look at that. So Rob's Nerdy Knives, who's somebody who's been here for a very long time, and absolutely does have a channel where he is hyper dedicated. He actually has 2.7 thousand uploads. So this is about as dedicated as you could ask for somebody within our own community. And Rob is a regular commenter on this channel. I see him all the time. He's an awesome community member. He's always, polite and offering polite discussion. Even when he doesn't agree with me, I really appreciate the way that Rob words his comments. But I'm going to switch out my pinned comment to his channel right now. And I'm going to ask you guys to assist Rob in getting to 10,000 subscribers. That's an enormous milestone. It is insanely difficult to get 10,000 subs. And Rob, I don't know if you know this, but you should look up the statistic of everybody who creates a YouTube channel, of everybody who has ever created a YouTube channel, what percentage of people actually make it to 10,000 subscribers. It is literally less than 2%. It might actually be less than 1% now. It's very, very rare. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, please click on the link at the top of my chat right now and go over to Rob's Nerdy Knives and help this guy get to 10,000 subscribers. That would be really awesome. Hang on one second. I'm actually going to try and track this live. Now, I don't do this all the time, and I don't do this for everybody. You know, I like to help people get milestones, at least send them a couple hundred subs here or there. But because I know Rob so well and because he's so close, I'm going to make an exception to my rule tonight. Yes, sir. No problem, Rob. Thanks for being a level-headed member of my community and not being a weirdo jerk in my comments, because we have people who just... I've had people who have been members for years and then all of a sudden they just fly off the handle and it's like, what on earth? You know? Rob's pretty level-headed and I imagine that translates to his content. That's the only issue that you might see here tonight, Rob, is that so many of my live... my live stream members, they probably know you, you know. So I'd like to think we could get you 900 subs, you know, because there's 950 people in here right now, but, you know, we'll see. We'll get you as many as I can, okay? I'll keep it up for the duration. I might switch it back towards the end right before we do the giveaway here. Oh, we got a couple donations here. For a guy that has so much U.S. Mid-Tech range, I'm surprised you don't have a Holt. Oh, so there's a couple reasons there. You should try the Renegade. You won't be disappointed. Let me tell you, I'll give you my true insight on Holt. I've never actually fully discussed this. Rich Campbell, thanks for your donation. Did you see the Migron Vacor in titanium M390 for $99? Yeah, I did see that, and I actually have it. My only issue with it is their heat treatment. I wish that they could get it higher, but I still think it's an absolutely excellent value. And the geometry on that knife is truly incredible. So even if the heat treat is not perfect, it really is an amazing value. So a lot of people don't know this, but there's two reasons I don't have a Holt. One, there's a very specific one that I want, and I honestly, you know, despite what I'm about to tell you, I think I would buy it if it was the right price and I could find it. Is it the old? It's not the Morpheus. It's the Spectre. The V4 Spectre, I think, is the most perfect knife that they've ever created. It's really cool. There's a couple of reasons that I'm apprehensive and that I haven't bought one. Number one, their lock bar tension is really light. I don't like their lock bar tension. And I know that their final Spectres, because they haven't, I don't think they've returned to those. The lock bar tension is very, very light. I think their overall manufacturing quality is top tier. I think they're incredible. The other thing that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and to be fair, Brian Nadeau, I don't think ever had this patented. But if you don't know, Brian Nadeau's detent is not a detent ball. It's a lip of titanium. And it makes for a very unique opening. It's kind of what makes Brian Nadeau's knives feel different. Holt apparently used this and never even discussed it. And this is kind of an honor thing. And a lot of people have different thoughts about this. And yes, it should have been patented, and it's not patented. And I guess that means it's fine. But like, if I was Holt, I think I would have just been like, hey, is this okay? Like, we kind of would like to use this, and like we can credit you for it. But like, is it okay? And apparently that never happened. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know that I love that. So, there you go. Thank you for the memberships, B Swirls. And Jason Parker gave a donation. Thank you very much. James Mazzoni, thank you for your donation. What's up, MC? Your thoughts on the coming soon Dalibor production? Dalibor got me one of those sent, and it's actually in a box directly to my left. I have not unboxed it yet. but it's a Dalibor knife, and Dalibor is Dalibor. He doesn't make anything crappy. He won't involve himself in any project where the outcome is not top tier. So I expect it to be very good. If you're just joining, or if you're still in here and you're just very relaxed and haven't done it yet, please click on the link at the top of chat and subscribe to Rob's Nerdy Knives. He is currently sitting at 9.6 thousand subscribers. Well, I want to get him as close as we can to 10,000 because that's such a big milestone. And Rob has done this almost entirely on his own. I mean, I've helped Rob very little with subscribers. His channel has done this essentially on his own. This guy's regularly getting thousands of views on videos, right? And some of his, I mean, like some of these, like, yeah, like some of these have like a ton of views. His thumbnails are great. He covers a lot of popular products, right? So yeah, I mean, like there's definitely people engaging and watching and having a good time over there. So please help Rob out and give him as many subs as we can tonight. You're jealous of me? I think everybody on the entirety of the internet, everybody on YouTube, and everybody who's ever found my channel, I think we all know that I kind of lucked out. There were a few videos that I made that really like drew a lot of people into this channel, and it's a combination of things. It's the consistency with uploads and me covering certain products and just being lucky and landing some knives that, you know, were really popular at the time, and so the channel exploded. And the short form content does great, and some of my long form content does great, some of it doesn't, but a lot of my channel is pure luck. Always great content. You love your Excalibur. I love that you love it. That's awesome. I love that people are, for the most part, loving Excalibur. That is the greatest gift that I could have hoped for, is designing my own knife, and then the people who buy it, for the most part, love it. I could not ask for more. I love mine too, and I use it all the time. I'm constantly carrying it. Let me tell you though, guys, if you don't know, the less expensive version with the compression lock is about to release. I think that's going to make a lot of people happy. When's the next version dropping? Soon. The prototypes are coming, and shortly after the prototypes will come a pre-order. Oh my god, it is giveaway time. Okay. Sorry, this got away from me. I was getting chatty. There's about 1,000 people in here. If you have not entered yet, please take the time to enter. You have to do this. Commenting in live chat does not enter you. You have to follow the instructions here on the square. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Looks like we got Rob a healthy dose of subs there for sure. One sec here. Before we draw here, put my Patreon back up. If you want to join Patreon, Link to the top of chat. Once a week exclusive content. Once a month massive giveaways. Up to 3 giveaways you can enter, all premium. Instant access to private Patreon buy, sell, trade. Private Discord, which I will update the link tonight if you want into my Patreon. If you decide to join, I'm going to update the link tonight so you can all get in right away and start participating. There's always people online. Always. So if you want to join, it's linked at the top of chat, and you'll directly support this channel. The funds go to knives that I wouldn't normally be able to get my hands on that I can absolutely share in terms of content. The entire budget for this channel comes from Patreon. That's what I do with Patreon. So, linked at the top of chat. Let's go ahead and get all the knives out. I'm just going to lay them out in a row. Definitely still some heavy ones in there. Definitely some premiums left. So, a good chance still that you'll draw a premium. And let's see how the evening goes. I'll make a promise to you guys right now. If all 4 knives that are drawn are budget knives, I will do an additional giveaway that is a guaranteed premium. I don't like doing live streams where somebody doesn't win a premium. So, and when I say premium, I mean roughly 200 plus. Okay, I'm going to refresh the stream here. Fresh page. Here's your link. Should be the right date. Yes, sir. Filters on. I've changed this to 5 seconds, but for the Patreon giveaways, but we're going to go back to 30 because I think it's funny. Let's get the total comments here. Probably 1,000, 1,100, something like that. $1,148 comments. The first winner is... we have to wait 30 seconds. I love that. Who did that? And somebody, I think it was Bees Blades, and one of Bees' live participants said you can change that duration, make it 30 seconds. So if you're mad at me, you can be mad at Bees. You say, God dang it, Bees! Now all Metal Complex's live stream giveaways take forever because he likes tension. He loves the theater. The theater. I just want to stress you guys out. Corey C6484, your videos are very informative. Keep up the good work. We're looking for a Cobalt C. Corey, the winner tonight. Could Corey be a big winner, though? The question remains to be answered until we find Corey. Hopefully he's... Hopey Corey not pooping. Hopefully Corey is not on the John. Come on, Corey. The eyes of the world, the eyes of the nation are upon you. The eyes of 1,000 people are on you. That's his name, yeah, Corey. Right? Come on, Corey. Don't be a bailer. If he's not here, we just redraw. What time is it? No, he's here. There he is. All right, Corey. You get to pick 2, 1 through 8. He's here. He's here. He said poop. Oh, Friday said poop. Corey wants 3 and 8. 3 and 8. Ooh, 3 is a dense one. Sorry about that. 8. Oh, it's a premium. I don't think it's quite a $200 knife, but it's the little Kaiser with the purple fat carbon. It's a slip joint, titanium, and then also M390. The little grand. He got a little premium. Did you win 2 premiums? Hold on. This is kind of bulky. Kind of. Pretty good win. I forget what this is called, but this is titanium and carbon fiber crossbar lock The Quasar. Oh, that's a Paul Munko. We did it here. We got a 20 CV Paul Munko, titanium and carbon fiber. Yeah, big wins there. Very good. I hope, Corey, those are great wins. We can essentially call that a very near double premium. I feel like the concept might not quite be 200 in the Kaiser, but I would say easily over 300 bucks worth of knives there. Please make sure to email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the 2 knives that you won. Don't freak out if I don't email you until Friday of next week. That's when I do all my packing and shipping. So yeah, just give me those details and you'll be good to go. Very good. These will go back in the. This does have the mid stop at an angle, so super nice. Okay, 6 left, guys. The final winner of the evening. Here we go. Hey, can you guys like the live stream? That actually does really help. I always forget to tell you guys that because it pushes the live stream out to a ton of people afterwards, and it tells YouTube to keep pushing it and then to recommend it to people like, down the road. So if you wouldn't mind, please drop the live stream a like. I always forget to ask, but getting the live stream up to 700 or 800 likes is a really big deal. So please do that. Would greatly appreciate it. When you click the like button, it explodes and confetti comes out of it. On the Edge _EDC. Super! I can't believe I won. Yeah, right? Congratulations. Let's find him. It's an old man. Well, the picture is. On the Edge EDC. He's got to be here, so hold on. He's got until 8:01. Come on, where's he at? Where's he at? Gotta give him a sec because the chat lags for a lot of people. Hey, thank you, Blade Walker. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Or 8:01. Did I say 9:01? My bad. Well, it's 8:01 my time. Don't be pooping. We just default to that. A lot of times people are like, that's where I was. Come on, man. It's 8 o'clock. I'm giving him till 8:01 and we're going again. Activate the cigar cutter, buddy. Come on now. Sprint back here. Nobody can see you. We've had somebody pop back in at right at the 2-minute mark though. We've even had people pop back in after the fact. So I always wait. I always give people their 2 minutes. Everybody poops with their phone. If you go to the bathroom without your phone, I don't trust you. What do? You just look at the floor? You're just alone with your thoughts and the physical activity of what you're doing? Oh my God. All right. You guys saying time? You're right. I don't see him. Okay. Sorry, man. "30 seconds. Tension, tension, tension." Who could it be? Thank you very much. I love you for being here. I appreciate that you love my channel. Thank you for your donation. You read a magazine? You read National Geographic like an old person? Brendan Golem I6544. Thank you for everything you do for the community. Thank you. We're looking for an orange bee. Brendan. Hold on. We've had it before. We've had 2 no-shows in a row before, but it's pretty rare. So hold on. Let's see. Brendan. Give him a sec. It's not even been like 5 seconds. Like, give him a sec. You guys keep saying switching accounts. I checked for this after the fact, so don't worry. I have had to disqualify 2 people after the fact for leaving literally over 20 comments with 20 different accounts. I promise you, I know how to deal with that, so don't worry about it. Dude, is this really a double no-show? Brendan! Brendan and the old man. What was the timer at? I'm giving him till 8:04 and then we're moving on. Rigged? He's not here. If there's any indicator... I know you guys are messing with me. If there's any indicator it's not rigged, it's the no-shows. I'll tell you why that I don't like doing the refresh. Because I don't want to take away from the people who stayed here the whole time. That's why I've stopped doing that. Some people are here and they're dedicated, and other people are just like, I'll just pop in at the end. No. I'm not going to punish the people who were here the whole time by reducing their odds of winning. Absolutely not. I don't think I'll do that. Reroll. Sorry, Brendan. Gotta be here. Gotta participate. Oh yeah, it's 30 seconds. I was like, geez, this is taking a long time. No, sir, I won't do it. Ask my longtime viewers how susceptible I am to peer pressure. The answer is not at all. Not at all. AL408, and that's his profile picture too. Today is my day. It is your day, assuming you show. I've never had a triple no-show. Please don't, please. I've never had a triple no-show. I've never had a three-peat here. There, he says, I'm here. LFG, I'm here. Yes, today's your day. You did it. And you won after 2 no-shows in a row. The universe, buy a lottery ticket tonight, man. The universe has smiled upon you tonight. The odds of that happening are very, very, very low. All right, quiet down and let him pick 2. Quiet down. Let's see what he won. 1 through 6. 3 and 6. 3 and 6. This one's lighter. That's the CJRB with the recoil lock. A good knife. Excuse me, a budget knife, but a good knife. It's a crossbar lock, but it has that tab on the back that makes it actuate like a shark lock. Second one. He got the flashlight. You got the titanium flashlight. I have all the stuff for this. Hold on. This is really cool. Hold on. This is the Rampant, which is by Exceed. It's the only thing in here that's not a knife, but it is a premium flashlight. I've got all the stuff for it. It comes with, I think it comes with a battery and the charger and everything, but it's a really cool EDC flashlight that is solid titanium. Really, really nice looking. And I feel like if you're a knife guy, you might also be a flashlight guy. But I've been saving that one for a bit, and I thought it would be really interesting to throw it in here this time. So that's the Rampant, and I think this is actually a prototype. So this one's all yours. Congratulations, you won. I believe those are somewhat expensive. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the 2 products that you won. Don't freak out if I don't email you back until Friday of next week. That's when I do my shipping. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have drawn all of the knives. We've drawn them all. Nobody's home. Should I do another one? I kind of want to do another one. Should we do another? I don't know. What do I got back here on the old shelf full of really expensive knives that I plan on giving away? Let's see. Ooh, what's this? What's this? That's a heavy one. What's this? I'm looking, hang on. Oh yeah, that's a cool one. Is that Tough Knives? Yeah, that's a nice knife. How about the Concept and Tough Knives Deadites in bronze tie with the red carbon fiber? And what do we got here for... Oh, this is a limited run, too. Hold on. What do we have for the steel? S35VN. Should we draw for that one? It's a nice knife. You guys want that one? Awesome. See, appreciate you doing the giveaway. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's do one more. I'll do one more premium. Okay. Deadite. I got a couple of these, so we'll give this one away. Concept sent me, I think, a few different variations of it. One more winner. Now, keep in mind, the live stream population has dropped, and we're still pulling from that 1,100. So there's close to a 30% chance of a no-show on this one. So this could take a sec. Twist my arm. The pulls were cool, but like I like to add a little something. I like to add a little sauce. I like people to win nice stuff. Dub Disc Golf 8335. Hoping I'm lucky, more lucky than you can possibly imagine. I really hope that you're here. I rarely do another one. Oh, he's here. Hell yeah. Easy. Hey, very rare win here tonight. Very, very low odds that I'll do another giveaway and that you stayed. Thank you. He's here. That's yours, man. That knife is yours. I love Tough Knives. All their designs are cool. All of them. They all look so nice, too. Really cool knife. Nice action. Concept. S35VN titanium and carbon fiber. What a great blade. Got that nice flipping action, too. There you go. It's all yours. Email me, please. And please let me know that you're the third winner. Say, like, you can make it in the title. Third winner. metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and Concept Deadite for your win tonight. Yeah, it's a good-looking knife too. Tough Knives. It's Jeff Blauvelt. All of his knives are like, once you start recognizing his design language, you can pick him out. But he always has really good blade to handle ratio. It's just a good looking knife. It's got that wide trailing point. It's like the type of Persian blade that looks good. I'm glad you guys still enjoy these live streams. You know, I don't really ever plan on changing things too much, and I've been saying this for years, but there'll come a day where my channel fizzles out, you know? Like, I don't know how we're still going, but it'll fizzle out. But, you know, while it's fizzling out, I don't plan to change anything. I'm okay with that. The fact that I've been here for almost 8 years is ridiculous. Like, do you guys remember when I was the new guy? I was the new guy, the up-and-comer, and now I'm old news. I'm the old guy. You know, it's crazy to think about this journey, and I'm so appreciative of the position that I've been granted by all of my viewers and my Patreon members and everybody who's participated in this channel. I mean, if the channel went under tomorrow, I'd be like, well, I mean, holy moly, we grew way beyond where I ever thought we would, you know. Yeah, I don't know how we got here. I'd say this often. I mean, it's just bizarre to wake up every day and go, there's almost 800,000 people subscribed to this channel, you know? And it's still, the short form stuff gets a lot of views. I think on like the yearly, the lowest month is like the long form content gets around 1.2 million views, bare minimum, and the shorts get a bare minimum of 3 million. So on the worst month possible in the last however many years, it's, you know, 4.5 million views on a slow month, which is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I can't, it's ridiculous. I don't know how this is even, like, I'm so grateful for it. It's amazing. Thank you. This is so fun. I love doing this. I wouldn't trade this for anything. Whatever you guys decide to watch is fine with me. You want to watch the long form, you know? My basic reviews don't get very many views, but I'm happy to do those for the people who watch them. The unboxings, the discussion stuff, the top 10s, the weird shorts where I'm throwing stuff in the palette, those are popular. Whatever you like, that's fine. I'll make it all. I love doing it. I love you guys. I love that you guys are entertained by it. I love that I get to have fun and do what I want, and people actually want to watch it. I think that's great. I'm really happy that the Knife Guy series has remained popular. I really should. I should do more of that. I don't want to force topics. I really only want to talk about stuff when I feel like there's something to talk about. But I like that you guys like it. I know the world's crazy right now. I think there are a lot of people who expect me to make comments on world events and stuff, just given the size of the channel. And I'll say it to you guys here right now. The way that I conduct myself on this channel will not change. The type of content and the attitude that I bring to this channel will always be the same. It's very important to me that people who are going through whatever they're going through can come to this channel and go, well, Metal Complex is still doing the same thing. And he's not turned into this or that. It's Metal Complex. And maybe you don't agree with me on certain topics. You know, maybe sometimes I make you mad. But I'll always be talking about the same stuff. I don't want to change. I want you guys, you know, I want people to be able to come back here and expect the same thing. So if you find comfort in that, expect to continue to find comfort in that. All right. I heard Mama's car go off upstairs. That means she's home. That means the baby needs a bath. And it's time for relaxation time. So fun night. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.